Hey, Dan.
Hey, Michelle.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving where we're at the moment.
So we're still at the conference. We're gonna record a regular episode.
A full episode. I love it.
What have you been enjoying?
I've actually liked meeting some of the people. I'm saying hi to the camera over here. I feel like this is different than how we've normally done it. Um, it's been fun to meet other people in different genres of podcasts, and see how they've like done like creating content and planning on content. And then the actual functional how-to of it, I think is always kind of interesting. Like, for example, we're using like really nice equipment right now.
It's just different
And
equipment, but it's
Mhm.
interesting to see how it's set up.
Right. Yeah.
Right, there's so many different types.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's like a big contingency of dentists, and then there's a big contingency of like.
There is. Well, I think
Also,
there is, which was very unchristian. We saw that last night.
yeah, so there's
It was
so many-
entertaining though.
It was pretty good. It was just way too making me blush, sorts of things.
Oh yeah. It was how I would anticipate. So this was interesting. I did not know there was comedy as a genre of podcasts. Like,
Other than being like a new like ones,
yeah,
that's the stuff that I used to listen to.
like comedy podcasts. Oh, okay. See, I never listened to
Like
podcasts. Yeah.
lends itself very well to.
Well, and that, so it did.
I
And
need to practice speaking of
right. Well, and I think so that's what the last night, the stand up was that. It was essentially everything unfiltered, like live.
here.
Right. And
We're
just,
using the audience too, which I think is
Mhm. Yeah. I saw you making sure you didn't raise your hand when the comedian would ask questions. Yeah. You're like, I am not married. I'm not
I was
volunteering.
thinking we were
Right.
sitting far enough away. So yesterday, I ran 5 o'clock, which
Yeah.
is
It was an
really
early
good.
day.
Then I drove to Dan, drove
Mhm.
to just like a
Mhm.
little over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So at 9:30, we're going back.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing this or are we not doing this? And so we decided to go. And then, we're both looking at our watches. It was 9:30 and
Right.
we're not starting.
Oh, I know. I think they had like a Hall of Fame. People were dressed fancy. They're fancy people dressed. We were not dressed fancy, but yeah,
But we were
yeah,
like,
we were.
just looking at Valerie.
I did wonder if we were going to get any access to that free bar. Like, I would have been okay with that, but there wasn't
And
any.
that was the paid one, so it wasn't really free.
Oh. Well, there was booze on the table. Yeah.
So
Well, that's right. You paid the entry and then you could get the booze. Yeah. Right.
maybe.
Who knows?
But what I've been like really noticing is talked about it multiple times yesterday. It's just kind of the difference between we're really academic conference people and going to a conference. People actually hear about learning.
Yeah.
Very engaging, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times with regular
Mm-hmm.
for academics, if you're forced to go, you're forced to learn.
Right.
Or maybe listen.
Or you're there to get some CEs. I mean, I get it. Same.
But no, they're really engaged.
Mhm.
And you and I are sitting there because you are ahead of us in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of evolution of
Right. Yeah.
learning people that
Oh, yeah. One of the things, and we had a few talks yesterday that we went through. We were on the beginning track, and then we bounced around later in the afternoon to a couple different tracks. And one of the talks that I really appreciated, which, coming back to academic conferences, it was all about like, how do you make the episode like engaging for the listener? And it really kind of made me starting to think about like how we do these episodes, like for our listeners, and what is it that we're really kind of like, what's our overarching kind of theme? Which I mean, for us, we know it's about sleep and sleep advice without a pill. But then also too, how do you invite your listeners, which are you guys, um, and watchers now that we're on YouTube? How do you invite everyone onto that journey and do it in a way that's actually engaging, like that's actually entertaining? And I think that was something that I saw, yesterday, some really good like presentations that like just drew me in. There was other presentations that I kind of did fall asleep in, to be honest.
really important thing for you guys that are watching it then too. I think the really important thing that we learned is you need to reach out to us.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
not just telling us that our audio is good or bad, just
Well,
telling
that's true.
us, you know,
Mhm.
that you're having a specific problem. Like, what do you really want to hear? What do you like that we're
Mhm.
not like that we're.
Right. Like, you guys are our people.
So if you are
Right.
listening to this, just do us a really quick favor. And if you're on YouTube or on,
Mhm.
just put a
Mhm. Right. Well, comment on YouTube, and then if you're listening on podcast, you can on the Buzzsprout page. So sleeptakeout.buzzsprout.com, you can put a comment in there too. Right.
people to see, maybe something that they've been thinking of. The other thing is, please tell somebody else.
Oh yeah. Share with a friend. Yeah.
Someone that you think might listen to the conversation or someone that something that they really want us to talk about.
Mhm.
All.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
The other thing that I just started noticing is how much podcasters really don't sleep. Like they're night people. This is the
Mhm.
first that I've ever.
Mhm.
The only thing that starts at 8:30
Mhm.
is coffee, and then the learning is a hotel show.
Right.
I just
Oh no. There would probably be like a 7 a.m. meeting, because usually like the business meetings and academic conferences are like the early ones. They usually come at breakfast though. And then things start hitting like 8:30. It's a different vibe here. But I kind of like it. I'm here for it.
They were saying it's
I
pretty
do like the act like
that
they do. Right. And I think they're gonna do another improv comedy tonight.
we could bring another
Yeah.
adult with us and bring the kid. And I said, actually,
Yeah.
probably if we come next year,
Mhm.
he will be like 18.
Mhm.
He can take that.
Oh, there you go. Oh, to a theme park somewhere. Take these children's. Maybe. I don't know. They could. They could. So, but and then also, it is nice. It's nice that it's local. Like I mean, Orlando's kind of local, so
I mean,
and
for
it's
me,
always in
it's a lot
Orlando.
more local than me.
Well, because you have to cross that bridge, girl. That bridge. That's a whole other story.
It's time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, another thing at the conference is coffee is pretty plentiful, but almost all the places.
It is.
Apparently, they are bigger coffee conferences with everything that I tried to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say. Well, and at medical conference, so there's also free coffee here. Like it's nonstop. Right, yeah, free coffee, which now I'll be honest, it's still conference coffee, which is like, okay, it's not like the best, but it's okay. But it's free.
My mushroom coffee.
You did, girl. She made it in the parking lot. Mhm.
But it's
Right.
more of it here, but it's still.
I was like,
still
you are
my thing.
dedicated, girl.
I think I'm really still very sticking with this rise.
Mhm.
We'll reach out to them.
Right.
They have not sleep. They have to study.
You love it. You're gonna be a sponsor. They'll have a T-shirt.
Convince you to.
I tried it. It was tasty. I mean, I would say, is it really coffee though?
It has coffee in it. It even listed as like the second or third.
I get that. I could put a little mushroom